My name's Alicia Rose and I'm an artist. I was born in North London and I came to Liverpool about 10 years ago to start a new life. This street that I live in, Winifred Street, I came here about 5.5 years ago when I found this house and purchased it. It's my very first home I've ever bought, and at the time of buying it, the street was fully occupied. But within a month of me having the house, one of my neighbours said, did you know that this street is going to be demolished in the future? So currently, 5 years on from moving in, the street is now totally unoccupied, other than me, and it's going to be demolished. I believe that the plan is to demolish it this autumn, and I'm the last person here, so it's just a matter of coming to an agreement with the council and their companies that are dealing with the regeneration as to whether I move on soon or not at all, or wait for the bulldozers. I'm very much in limbo. I'm living in limbo. Coping with living here has its pitfalls. It also has its positive sides as well for me personally. I mean, on the one hand, having no neighbours, it's quite desolate and isolated. On the other hand, I can play my drums till midnight, 2 in the morning. I've got a music room upstairs and I have friends that come round. And its pitfalls, though, are there's a lot of dangers and hazards within the street itself. Like looking every day, as soon as I open that front door and step into that street, I look at rundown, boarded up, empty, vacant, dilapidated. Now psychologically, it can affect you, and I did go through a very depressing time. I just felt, real depression on my shoulders. It's lifted now. I'm looking at things positively. So here, what you see behind me, there once stood streets of beautiful, character-filled, community Victorian houses. And now that has all been flattened. Victorian heritage, gone. This house is so special to me because it is my castle. When I come in through the front door, I've got a beautiful, comfortable, affordable, filled with character home. Me and my dogs love it. My friends, everyone that visits this home loves it. So it's very special to me, and I want to make the most of it in these last days, weeks or months that I have left. Yeah, this house, it is a creative space, and there's lots of art on the walls that I've actually painted onto the walls. Lots of positive messages as well to help keep me mentally stimulated under the circumstances of living, because it's very grey out there, it's very grim. But in here, I keep it bright and colourful. I have a music room upstairs, lots of musician mates. They all come round and we have what's called a jam and just music sessions. Play guitar a lot, paint, draw. It's just got everything here. It's got a lovely feeling for me. Now, as a photographer, this has been as much a wonderful scheme for me to document as it has for them to earn their profit. I've photographed these streets for the past 5.5 years taking the pictures of the beautiful Victorian houses as they once stood and as they were being ripped apart. So I have this wonderful gallery now of my Pathfinders exhibition, photographic exhibition. It's a great documentation of what's happened here. Personally, these last 3 or 4 streets of Victorian heritage I'd love to see remain and be given some tender loving care and restored. It is achievable, it can be done. But then the area will look very different in the sense that there'll be this half of land with new build houses, half of land with beautiful restored Victorian houses. It would be a great difference of perception to look at. But I don't believe it will happen. I believe it's going ahead and they're going to flatten all the rest of these streets and new build. It's just a new community, a new age, a new era will be in place. Personally, I don't think it's going to look quite so full of character. The demolition process here has definitely ruined the community. When I first moved in, considering I've come from London as well, and I didn't know anyone when I came here to Liverpool. This, my first house, my neighbour then, I made friends with her. And we were friends we're still friends now, but we were friends for the 3 years that she remained in her house next door. She was moved on, she was gone. I didn't have her support, her just being next door anymore. And some of the people in these streets have lived here for 10, 15, 20 years. They were a tight-knit community. And slowly but surely they've all been broken apart, moved to different areas, or moved into new houses, and they're not so happy in them houses, some of them. It's totally stripped what was the community, yeah. In respect for being compensated for losing the home, being asked to leave your home, they offer you a price on their house. They say it's current market value, which they I believe they set themselves, It's all about profit. They need to purchase these houses for as little as possible. That makes their profit margin bigger. On top of the offer, they then give you 10% of that as what they call compensation for losing your house. I don't think it covers the heart shift, of having to leave your home and the psychological torment that you've lived through. I really don't believe that the people that put these schemes in place care enough for the human beings that live here.